What if you could be a millionaire, but doom scrolling is stealing your time? Not your talent, not your intelligence, not your opportunities, just your time. Hi, I'm Zahra. I'm a medical doctor and entrepreneur. Don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-social media. I love it, but I am against a misuse of time. So the hard truth is that everybody only has 24 hours in the day. And unfortunately, once time passes, it's never something that you can get back. You can earn back your money, but you can never earn back your time. So whether you're rich or poor, famous or unknown, everybody gets the same time bank. No more, no less. Average person spends 7 to 8 hours per day on their screens. That's 2,500 hours for the year. And so the crazy thing is that for just 10 hours of the week, you could use that time to learn a new language to conversational fluency, build a side business, change your health entirely, read 40 to 50 books a year, and even train for a marathon. So ultimately, time doesn't get wasted because it's just lost, but we usually end up surrendering it to something else. And often we end up spending our time very mindlessly on doom scrolling, on streaming platforms, on checking our notifications, and the concept of just 5 minutes ends up turning into a few hours. And so the truth is, if you don't ultimately take ownership of your time, somebody else will. So many studies have been done around social media and what it actually does to your dopamine. So what they found is that social media platforms are usually designed around variable reward schedules. So kind of like the same idea and concept that's used with slot machines. And so what it really does is releases dopamine in anticipation rather than a reward. And so what this ultimately results in is constant phone checking, increased anxiety, and reduced attention span. A 2019 study by JAMA shows that high social media use actually increases anxiety and depression in high performers. And MIT research has shown that constant switching between tasks actually reduces your productivity by 40%. Heavy phone users actually underestimate how much time they spend on their phone and how much time they spend scrolling. And even though you think it's your brain resting, it's ultimately still stimulation. And so what you might find is that you end up more tired when you finish scrolling than when you first started. So here are 4 ways you can ultimately take back your time. And so the first step is making your time visible. There's a function on your phone called screen tracking. Make it visible. Go check it. It's brutal. If you ever go and see how much time you spend on social media, sometimes you'd be blown away. You could have probably finished a whole book. Step 2, remove the friction. Delete social media apps from your phone. Remove Netflix, Amazon, or any streaming platform. Move your TV out of your room. Move your laptop away from your bed. Make it easy to pick the right habit. Step 3, replace with intentional habits. So I can tell you what tremendously well for me was actually putting up a timetable for my day so that I could see where my hours were going to. And if it didn't fit into those hours, I wouldn't spend time on it. And so first thing in the morning, it was about journaling, meditating, and making time for a cup of coffee and to do my Wordle. It was spending intentional time and focus at work. It was coming home, focusing time on building a YouTube channel, and time for exercise and family and friends. And you'd be surprised that doing these micro habits ultimately makes you healthier and more confident. And so my challenge to you is switch your scrolling for a book, for something creative, for something that ultimately gives you your energy back. Move your phone from your bedside table to another area of your room and start there. Pick up a book, learn the guitar, talk to a friend, do something that ultimately gives you more energy back. And step 4, keep yourself accountable. Each week, check in with yourself and say, where am I losing time and where am I gaining time? What do I ultimately want to prioritize with my time? Where do you want to spend it? Hold yourself accountable, knowing that every hour that you spend is ultimately spent on something that you want to do, something that gives you joy, happiness, and energy. And so what I can honestly say is that once you start taking control of your time, you'd be surprised how opportunities start compounding. You gain more confidence, you have more clarity about what you're wanting out of your life, and you'd be surprised how much time you ultimately free up to do the things you actually want. And I've been implementing all of these changes for the last 6 to 8 months, and it has been an incredible shift. I now make time for all the things that matter, which means health, family, relationships, building a business, and it gives me so much pleasure and joy and energy that I'm able to do much more in my day. And so if you ever find yourself saying, I don't have time, just switch that around and say, what am I choosing to prioritize? Sustainable change truly doesn't happen overnight. And so what I would say is pick the one goal that you really want to achieve and set dedicated time just for this. My challenge to you is the next time you want to pick up your phone and start doom scrolling, switch it to the Notes app and list 3 goals that you really want to achieve in the next 3 months. After you do that, pick the top goal and see how you can prioritize time in your week to achieve that goal in the next 6 months. Whatever it may be, starting that YouTube channel, starting that side hustle business, writing that book, even exercising. I promise you, you don't need more time. You just need to start deciding what you're prioritizing. I'd love to know what goals you're setting. I'd love to know how you're achieving them. And if you'd like this video and you'd like to see more, my latest video is up here and you can always subscribe to my channel.